there are so many items available right off the bat. And we are underway. Link's house containing a big 20, and there's that glove we were talking about for ozipone.
Well, that's definitely nice. You can directly decide to go ahead and either do the standard start or go to the back of escape first.
Yep. And it will allow you to skip the Death Mountain clip if you want to, but why would you want to?
Well, if you're not that good on glitches, which I hope those guys are completely good on glitches, then, well, it might be faster for you.
So, looks like ozipone is heading up toward Aghanim, or the Lumberjack Cave. He might be checking that.
We saw 3 crystals in Light World, 3 normal ones.
Looks like the green pendant is in Ice Palace with Furaime heading over to Sahasrala's closet. Not anything to write home about in there. Neither is there anything great in the Lumberjack Cave, just a big 20. And Furaime gets that glove as well.
Furaime decides to, well, let's check the back of escape right now.
Right, seems entirely legitimate. There's a whole another 3 chests back here. We got blue mail inside the Lost Woods hideout. Got a bomb upgrade, a cane of Samaria, and a red rupee inside the back of escape. I think one of those items is more important than the others.
I guess the back 20 is really important. The thing ozipone is right now doing, he found some bombs on this bomb rock right next to the fortune teller. There's always some bombs in there. Many runners that if they come here without bombs, they will check that one for 2 bombs. Furaime will not have to do that because he found some bombs.
Alright, so Blind's Hut, as is tradition, an early check. Silver arrows for ozipone, another 20 rupees. Bombs as well, and a shield. So luckily for ozipone, he will not have to go purchasing bombs throughout Kakariko. There's a sword, which is something you really want to see in Overworld Glitches mode, because it makes some of your clips just phenomenally easier.
Well, the sword allows us to do access to spin speed clips, which are literally you spin your sword and go up through the wall. There's nothing special you need to do for them, if the wall allows it.
You can basically do anything you could with a spin speed glitch with normal boot clipping. It just takes longer.
And we got the Moon Pearl, and that unlocks pretty much all of the Dark World.
Yep. Moon Pearl gives you a stupid amount of access. First of all, there is one portal that's out in the open that you can actually access. It's the one above Spike Cave, or below Hera. Hey, Fire Rod from the Bottle Vendor. And of course, you can clip off of Death Mountain to get to the rest of the world. So it's a big overworld smorgasbord available for all of these players.
Yeah. Interestingly, we got by now the other items that we require to beat out Skullwoods.
Oh yeah. Skullwoods is 100% in logic. Kind of a pain, but I mean you can do it.
Art piece on the library, 4 hearts but blue mail, so pretty much few frames saved, hoping to not die, or hoping to die quickly.
Alright, so there's our magic cape from the desert ledge, which is, of course, 100% accessible.
Now free.
Yep, you can go into Aghanim's Tower. I don't think that will be our runner's preferred method of Dark World access.
Well, who's Aga? He's dead.
It's true.
So there's one item left in Desert Palace. We found the boomerang on the torch. Didn't pick that one up. Oh, he did pick it up, so I missed it.
Yeah, he went back in to grab the boomerang.
And the stun price is full magic drop. That's nice. Always nice to know that one.
Alright, so Furaime also following ozipone into desert, getting that cape, getting on through. Both of our runners are following fairly similar routes, with the minor exception of Furaime finishing off, or going to Link's house early and getting some early stuff.
It's pretty much the difference in walking to Sarashrala versus skipping that.
Right. Now, so both of these runners will likely finish Desert Palace while they're here, because it is required, for one, and it's also 100% accessible.
Yeah, even without the glove, it would be easy to get in here.
Yep. The one thing that you still absolutely need to have for this is the good old-fashioned fire source, either the fire rod or the lamp.
So I'm here taking a death rope to refire their hearts. That's a nice way to use your low heart count. Almost finishing up in one cycle, but has to finish it off with some 5 hits.
Alright, so ozipone now has the first crystal at 8 minutes and 55 seconds into the match.
That's actually one of the quickest crystals that I ever saw.
You're not going to see that in standard mode, that's for sure.
Yeah, the quickest one I've gotten in standard mode was 15 minutes, and that was for easy stun.
Alright, so a quick spin speed clip back up onto this ledge will get you into the Grove Ledge cave, which today just has a piece of heart, as is vanilla, but it's a very nice little piece of knowledge to have. To be fair, I didn't actually know about that clip, so...
Well, ozipone now hopefully remembering that he has a glove, and he does.
Yep, clipping right over to the checkerboard cave with 50 rupees in it. We could see Agina's cave here.
We probably will see Agina's cave, and unless it's the Titan's Myths, we'll probably see a 7 crit right afterwards.
All right, Furaime with the crystal as well. And Ozipone will now be checking out South Shore.
Yeah, you might be wondering. You might think at this point that this is just normal seed, but it was quite a nice normal seed, right? It also goes towards.
So, this particular logic, not only does overworld glitches allow the major glitches and require those, but if I'm not mistaken, it also requires some of the minor glitches. So, the fake flippers play and things like that might actually be required to get the items you need.
Fake flippers is totally in logic. The double waterwalk is in logic. The moon point for the 2 items in waterfall is completely in logic. Hovering on the other hand is not in logic, and there are a few things that are so new that we didn't put them into the logic by now.
So does that include the storing of the boots waterwalk to get to the item on the Zora ledge?
Yeah, that's a logic via the double waterwalk.
Oh, there's a mirror.
Yeah, you could technically get the item without it by just doing normal waterwalk, but that's not in logic currently. And with that mirror, we can now check the.
Oh, but you can also just clip onto the ledge in this. I forgot.
Yeah, the clip onto the ledge is currently not in logic because we didn't find a good setup before when we did the logic for this, I think.
Oh, okay. Alright, so Ozipone is going to go ahead and do the clip to get up Death Mountain. So in order to make this happen, he's got to go up and down a few times to sync up the screen with his face. And then if he heads upward, he will be in the old man's cave.
You could actually enter the entrance without doing that, but it would take 2 minutes just to fade into the entrance.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty bad move. We're going for speed here, right?
Speed in a randomizer. What world is this? Ozipone right now in the dark room saying the old man. This is not in logic. Dark rooms are not considered a glitch and therefore not in logic.
So yet another bottle for Ozipone. That's 2 entire bottles. And those bottles can be a part of the overworld glitches we're talking about. In fact, they're bottles with blue potion, which is the best kind of bottle.
Yeah, those bottle glitches are not in logic because it's literally just a single frame you have while moving over a transition. But you can use them, you are allowed to do that. There are out of logic glitches that we can use.
So it's a fake flute setup in the dark world, but it is completely within logic to do so. Or not within logic, but it's allowed, is what I'm saying.
And yeah, doing a flute into the dark world is obviously quite nice. How about just fluting over to 7 and then being able to mirror right in front of them? That's nice.
Seems pretty good. You can of course just fake flute over to 6 and not have to worry about clipping into. Hey, speaking of flute, there's the actual flute in Tower of Hera. Now here's the thing with flute. Doesn't unlock anything else at this point.
The flute is completely obsolete once you have boots. And some boots are free, flute is obsolete.
The flute is optional. It's not like you wouldn't use the flute if you had it, because I mean you can just it'll save you some time. But you don't need it to get places.
Well, I personally say if I find this before I go to this mountain, I activate it. If I find it afterwards, if I go to Kakariko. The reason for this is mainly you have everything in Nightwood already checked at this point. And Furaime gets the hookshot and the Titan's Mitts out of the waterfall. Titan's Mitts are another one of those useless items. They do unlock stuff, but we got ways to get around that. We don't want them.
Alright, so Trolldorm is being his Trolldormy self. That's what he do. Ozipone employing some cape strats here.
You know, Furaime does a different version for the Team A here. He's directly going over to Terrafera by walking over here in this random spot and is in.
Yeah, that is the instant Hera clip. So there's the one that Ozipone did from the screen above, and then there's the one that from the screen below, I believe, which Furaime did.
It's actually completely the opposite. If you are on the lower screen, that's directly west of Bonk Rocks, then you go to the Old Man, and if you're one screen above for where the usual Old Man entrance is, you get directly to Terra.
Oh, well then, pay no attention to me. So Ozipone gonna go ahead and check the basement. That must mean there's an item down here.
Deciding to do some coffee break threads without holding A.
And Furaime also gathering that flute. So Furaime got the hook shot at some point.
Yeah, it was in the waterfall cave.
Ah, yes. That was Furaime going ahead and doing the flipper glitches while Ozipone elected not to do so. So I imagine he might actually activate the flute here in a bit, just so it'll be easier to go do those flipper glitches later.
I think Ozipone regrets that he just jumped down there. I'm sure he wants that Master Sword.
Yeah, I mean he's got the mirror, so he can get back, right?
But that's slow, using the mirror. What are we? No glitches?
Oh right. I mean, he wanted to check Spectacle Rock Cave as well. But yeah, you can absolutely clip onto Spectacle Rock, but I think you have to do it from above.
Yeah, you have to.
That is not going to work. It wasn't. Ozipone was not low enough to make that bomb jump work.
But at least there's a way out of here, and if you have the sword, it's at least sometimes safe.
Alright, so we might see a map check here in a second. Not just yet. I wouldn't be surprised if Ozipone just jumps right back into his portal and starts clipping to the Dark World.
Just take the one out here and get rid of those pesky invulnerability frames.
Ah, so we're going to, we're clipping over to East Death Mountain in the Dark World. So that's a fun little clip. You do the downward teleport setup clip, and then you do a, rock back and forth across the left and right inputs to get yourself up the mountain and then jump down. Pretty cool.
Torture Rock is great, Torture Rock is useless. Ozipone hopes to find the hookshot in one of the next three chests, but he will sadly don't find it.
Yep. Well, I wonder if he's got his hover skills out. Furaime got that clip to the Master Sword just fine. And now he's going to come back in here and find that magic powder.
Furaime now is going to...
Oh, he's going to Old Man. Okay.
Yeah, he did directly to Hera, so he didn't save Third Man. And I personally would actually think he might decide to do some crazy stuff right afterwards because he's already down here.
Maybe. Alright, so Ozipone now mirroring to the Light World. We're going to check Spiral Cave and Paradox Cave. Two locations which are once again in Sphere 1 in Overworld Glitch's logic.
Furaime, please don't put the left up like that, that's dumb.
Hey, there's the book. Okamidora in the Spiral Cave, which is interesting. Might give someone the occasion to go ahead and head back to the Ether Tablet. Furaime is now pulling off the clip to south or to west Dark World, specifically the one to the Graveyard Ledge. Yeah.
The nice thing that Furaime could have done together with this, since he has mirror, he could have done a Fat Ferry setup, check those two locations, and head on down into the back of the escape world to get into Hulan and respawn at Link's house.
Interesting. Oh! There's a bow for King's Tomb.
Ozipone will be able to get that since he has a mirror, but he could also grab himself some technicals over in the waterfall for that.
Mm-hmm. That was a pretty sick waterfall cave.
Furaime now deciding to activate the flute. That's a good time to route it in.
Mm-hmm.
Also will be able to check his powder and powder. Yes, everything he needs to check the powder with just the roots and no flippers to annoy him while doing that.
So I think that's a clip I might not be familiar with.
Well, it does screw up your screen by not doing something weird, and Furaime just picked up the hammer from the secret. Alright. One. Okay, Skullwards, Tarot Companions, as well as Ice Green, Pairs of Darkness, Maya, Red Crystals that are useless.
Yeah, so the red crystals are not particularly important because there is a way to clip into the Pyramid Fairy. I don't know how to do that one, but it looks like I think Ozipone is trying to. No, he's just doing a clip to get to the Dark World.
Yeah, he has nothing that will give him normal access to get down here, so he will have to do a Death Mountain descent for the time being. Till he checks the kit, I guess, somewhat soon.
Alright, so now Furaime is picking up that powder.
Unfortunately, didn't have the powder the first time to take Rico. That would have been nice.
Alright, so now Ozipone is in Skull Woods. As we mentioned before, both runners have access to all the items you need to finish Skull Woods. Unfortunately, it turns out to be a pendant this time. interestingly enough, both dungeons, all the dungeons that could potentially require the fire rod, all pendants.
And of course, you paid for $100 for that thing. Screw you, bother vendor. You screwed us over all the time.
Even when we think we're getting a good deal, turns out it's not.
Well, we still might need that fire rod for Ganon's Tower, so you got 4 item chance for the time being.
Speaking of Ganon's Tower, I think Furaime could clear Ganon's Tower right now.
He could totally do that. He got the red cane and fire rod for the right side, the hookshot and hammer for the left side, and the bow to go up. So nothing stopping him.
And with all those items in there, it's really tempting to go into GT just as soon as you can.
You probably don't really want to go in with 7 hearts in the case that you might end up having the opportunity to actually really full clear it without getting any hearts in there, but definitely soon. After you do lightweight checks, that's a good play.
I mean, he's got 7 hearts and 2 blue potions.
And blue mail, so he's somewhat safe.
Alright, so as I recall, there was just basically just a ton of money and some... Oh, and the bug net in this cave.
How can we forget the bug net? The bug net is important.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ozipone still looking for the second item. He just picked up the big key, so it's now 50-50 between big chest and boss.
Yeah, we did go ahead. We did already find the 2 small keys that aren't guaranteed. So that is going to make sure that you can actually have that situation. Or we don't know where the second item is what I'm trying to say. I'm tripping over words today. That's my thing. It's my thing now.
Don't worry, I'm especially satisfied.
Alright, so we've got a moth fight here. It's a Master Sword moth fight with blue mail and 7 hearts. It's doable.
Well, we removed 3 of 2 shots already, but we are done as well.
And we get another shield. So, nothing incredibly important, but we're okay on that front. Alright,
Well,
so Furaime is getting Hookshot Cave. Just a bunch of garbage, though.
Ozipone didn't left anything bad before. We also know, thanks to the Moss shield, that we can get all the shields at this point. In logic, we don't want to do that with one of the flow.
And just a piece of heart from the pedestal today. And of course, Furaime doing a nice little catfish clip. There's the flippers. Huh.
It's on the wrong fish.
True enough. So the clip that was done there is sort of like an auto walk down from Turtle Rock. You do that by landing slightly off screen in just the right spot so that it pushes you downward.
Yeah, you land directly onto the screen transition, then press once down or up, and you get pushed down into the other screen, and the game doesn't know what to do, so it lets you walk for a few moments.
Yep, that's another way of getting to the item on the Lake Hylia Island as well. It's a very interesting setup. All right.
Also, as Chet points out, we only need 1 medallion at this point for Maya, for Go mode.
Very true. Where's this chat you're seeing? I'm not seeing anything in chat. It's really weird.
Well, ozipone is right now probably going to clear out Thieves Town after the Village of the Outcast. Hopefully he finds his... Okay, he will find his hammer before that. So he will not leave one item behind just to find the hammer 2 seconds after that.
Seems good. Now, Furaime is in Palace of Darkness, which, as we know, is 100% required, and you can at least complete it right now, although the logic would dictate that you have the lamp to do so.
What's a lamp?
Oh, I had a duck song ready. Oh well. Yeah, none of our runners will likely need that lamp.
Furaime gets the mushroom.
Oh wow, I was on the wrong channel for chat. I thought this channel was completely dead. I'm so sorry. All right, everybody. Hello. I was like, what kind of rando race is this where there's nobody in chat? I don't understand. I'm a smart person.
Well, it's the best run race you can get.
All right, so here's Furaime going toward Helmasaur King. These dark rooms are my least favorite dark rooms, but with the fire rod, it's a little bit more tolerable.
So far didn't find anything in Thieves Town or the surrounding area.
Yeah, I think it was the map in that chest you're talking about, but I could be making that up. Nope, I'm definitely making that up. He doesn't have the map. Alright, so Helmasaur King versus Furaime. This should be a pretty easy fight.
Especially with
Silver arrow to the
and
face. Another 300 rupees in the attic chest for ozipone.
And Furaime getting the third crystal and being already set up to get their fourth crystal in about 10 minutes. Not even 5 minutes probably.
Yep, so King's Tomb is the play for the bow, and you know, unfortunately the Titan's Mitts and the hook shot, which are both extremely important for this seed. Well, I don't know about the Titan's Mitt, but the hook shot. Well, I guess yeah, the Titan's Mitt as well. If you want to get that bow.
Well, you can go there.
You can mirror.
Still. Or you could do a clip that's literally dumb to do, but if you go about it, it's somewhat consistent.
Cool. So anyways, but we need to get to that King's Tomb. But in order to really put that in your mind, you might want to go to that waterfall cave, which ozipone has not done. And we know for a fact that you're going to need the hookshot this seed. there is no way to clip across the gap in Swamp Palace.
Oh, there sure are ways to clip there, but that's not allowed for us.
Right. Hey, speaking of lamp, I mean, we didn't speak of lamp right now, but there's a dark room on the right, and ozipone just picked up the lamp on the left.
Yeah, put that in the same corner as the flute and the type of mix.
Alright, so ozipone is going to go on a digging spree. Now, there is a way to clip to the lumberjack. Pretty sure it's not in logic, because it's awful.
Since you would have to do that clip in the underworld, because the entrance, the hole for lumberjack is not existent till you beat everyone.
I did not mean logic. I'm sorry. I meant blacksmith. Sorry, I said lumberjack. I meant blacksmith.
Well, blacksmith is not logic till you have talismans, but we are in a world list. We don't care about logic.
But I mean, like, getting to the blacksmith requires like 5 mirror jumps, right? Which is the hardest thing.
You could, if you really want to do it with mirror jumps, you could do that one with 1, or you could decide to be intelligent and use either a potion or a mirror up that's really fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm. This is what Overworld Glitches does to my brain. Ah, you can use screen wrap as well. Interesting. Oh boy. Alright, so ozipone now clipping out of mire.
Did we got the mire medallion? I didn't even saw him check that.
I'm on it.
That goes to you, Hazem, so I hope you get it. Meanwhile, get ready for some low-level hype.
Yep, good old-fashioned hype cave available. Low level indeed.
You don't even need to be a master of guessing for that one currently.
Yeah, because there's like basically almost nothing left.
I just checked the stream from ozipone, and apparently the Maya medallion is Ether.
Yeah, it looks like ether to me. I just saw it myself.